And have you had a lot, well, I don't know if I want to ask this question, but like dealing with the bureaucracy, which these guys certainly have, and you've had some dealings with the bureaucracy.
I'm so in tune to this. I've done so much research. I've done so much involuntary research on the bureaucracies of the American government that I'm an expert. I'm also a consultant on the film for it. So it's like that. I know I know all the runarounds. And I'm going to court now for things that I did when I didn't have any hair on my face. You know what I mean? That's how it goes.
What about the three characters, Spoon, Stretch, and Cookie? What's the dynamic going on there?
I bet you Bondi didn't think this, but I think that it's like it personifies our relationships as far as human beings out there right now, as far as like, that's how we are now. Like no one's sexual preferences are outlined definitely anymore, and relationships are not outlined definitely anymore. Marriage is not such a serious, stable thing like this anymore. I'm sure Mr. Dole and Ms. Tucker would like it to be that way, but it isn't. People are more like into just discovering and exploring relationships and seeing where it leads them instead of labeling them and then, living that part. They're more like just being together, and then after 10 years you realize you've been together and you're living in a relationship with 2 girls and 2 guys, you know what I mean? So it's like that. We jump in the middle of this relationship that's been going on for a while, and it's me, Spoon, loving Cookie, and loving Stretch, not sexually, but as a friend, as a best friend. And it's Stretch loving me as a best friend and loving Cookie, sexually, but not physically. You know what I mean? It's like that intense desire to be with her, but because he loves her so much, as you'll see in the movie, he can't be with her. There's something that'll keep them apart.
Have you had a friend like Stretch? Have you had that kind of like really intense?
Mm-hmm. I had a friend named John Cole who was blonde and had hair down to his shoulders and had blue eyes and looked like, America's vision of the perfect guy. But he was all tore up inside because things had happened into his life. And he was curious like Stretch. And I was all tore up inside at the time that we met. And we met, and he had money and I didn't, and he put me through high school. That's how I got through the School of Performing Arts. He snuck me up to his house so his parents didn't see. I spent the night there, and we went to school. I dressed in his clothes because it was fun for him to not have, and it was fun for me to have. You know what I mean? It was fun for him to hear rap music blaring out the speakers, and it was fun for me to show it to him. It was fun for me to hear Sting and to hear like that the Beatles had put things on the end of their records, and to know all of these like historic things about music that I never knew, that I would never have known had we not crossed paths, that has really defined who I am as an artist today and the diversity that I can choose from today, and what I would play in my car today and what would make me stand out is from that union. So Stretch is that. I know it. I know him. You know what I mean? And it has nothing to do with black or white. It has to do with curiosity and just being mixed up, having the cultures mixed up and watching what happens when it happens. This is how it should be, I think, in the world. You know what I mean? Everybody should get a partner. You show them your hood, you show them your hood, and that's your guardian. You know what I mean? Bet you we have a lot less problems.
What's going on, speaking of music? What are you doing right now?
Well, I'm approaching the 6 million mark on my album. All Eyes on Me. I'm working on the soundtrack for this movie. I'm working on my next project. It's a group called the Outlawz. Just my little cousins and little badass kids that I got in school and promised I'll put a project out for. After that, I have a girl from London named Shell, whose song is going to be in the project, who sings, and I'm going to produce her album and break the barrier on what Tupac can do. And started a production company, working on some movies of my own. Just want to push forward.
Do we have to break one? Sure.
Do you want to just talk about the soundtrack for this movie?
Mm-hmm. Well, Death Row's going to do the soundtrack. We got Nate Dogg doing his beautiful song called Never Leave Me Alone, singing with Snoop Dogg rapping on it. Snoop has given me a song called Street Life. It's him rapping. I do a guest appearance. It's the bomb. It got this reggae guy chanting on it. And then we got Shell with Ball Time, straight out of London. I flew out here, got the song. We have Damien's wife doing the song, one of the producers. Everything But the Girl. A lot of things. Like now, it's like everything's stuck on. We're doing a lot of covers, like old songs done over. Danny Boy's gonna do Change Gonna Come. 6 Feet is doing a song called Consider Me. It's one of the best songs ever made. I'm glad to be a part of it. They always talk about misogynists and all of that. These guys are doing a song about a guy talking about, why do women always want the guys with money and the guys that are rude to them? Why don't they ever want like the pudgy guy who stays at home that'll teach a kid how to play basketball and stuff like that? So it's a good soundtrack. It's diverse, as diverse as the cast. Guarantee you the shake. And we're doing it like Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 1 is the soundtrack for the movie. Volume 2 is just all like the atmosphere for the streets. It's all like the rap and the R&B and the thugs. And then Volume 1 is like the mix of everything.